Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking, like, and let's talk about Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. You know, her daughter, Willow Smith, and also Gam. Grandma was in the building. 3 generations sitting down at a table talking about some real things, baby. So this episode is about polyamory. And basically, it's having more than one partner, maybe having 2 partners, 2 as well, almost like a throuple, having a couple, like a man, 2 women, or a woman and 2 men, a couple like that. So anyway, so now they're open the floodgates to talk about this situation, and Willow is the one that wanted to bring this to Red Table Talk because she wanted to talk about Red Table Talk. She wanted to talk about what was going on. I was like, hey, Willow's in the building doing her thing. So it's just like, okay, so let's get to Willow. Willow's situation is when she started to talk about, having a throuple and basically, having a relationship with more than one person, actually 2 people, and polyamor. Basically when she started off, she was just saying that, it's so scary having all your feelings into one person and being in love with one person, and it's like you're transferring everything to that one person. And what about if you fall out of love? What about if they fall in love with somebody else, and then you're left with that burden? And she was talking about being insecure and being in a monogamous relationship, your insecurities, being jealous, thinking that they're gonna cheat on you, thinking that they're going to be with somebody else. And basically it seemed like from what she said at the beginning of the episode that her fear is, loving someone that don't love her back, or loving someone that actually breaks her heart, and then actually her being insecure, or that person being insecure, basically want to check on you, see what you're doing, what's going on, and can't live without you, and basically desperate to be around you all the time. And then also having jealousy issues, whether Willow will have jealousy issues or the partner will have jealousy issues. So I think that she has like kind of the wrong understanding of a healthy, fulfilled relationship. Basically, she went to the left with the negativity of having a monogamous relationship with one person, that she feels more comfortable and having them experience with 2 people, having that in this having love with more than one person. That way, she feels like there won't be jealousy, there won't be insecurity, you know what I mean? And you won't be transferring everything to that one person. And she also felt like marriage is like, oppression for women. And she also said during the history of marriage was also for people to marry for money. And so like she has the aspect of what marriage means to her, and it might not be the full spectrum of what marriage means as a part of what marriage means. Like, when it comes to, you might have a partner that's insecure, but some people marry for money, some people marry people with money. But I know broke people that marry broke people, and I know people that are barely making it marry each other, middle class marry each other. Sometimes you have your ups and downs, but she, put it on as in marriage is like oppression for women. And back in the day, yes, in some former aspects and some cultures, people were married into families which had wealth, or the poor would marry into the wealthy family, or 2 wealthy family want to marry into each other, like the Rothschilds, you know what I'm saying? And marry together so they can keep that money, so they can keep that power. That's totally understandable what Willow was saying. But I think she taken from that the history of marriage, and also taking from like just having divorce and things like that. It seems like Willow hasn't seen a healthy marriage, or she doesn't understand what a healthy marriage is. And she's also focusing on the history of marriage as being, oppressive to women. And at one point in time it was. But I think that's her only point of view in using that. She wants to try a throuple, you know what I mean, instead of just saying that, I just want to try it, And she does get to that point where Willow actually says that she wants to be with a man and a woman. She loves men equally and she loves women equally, and she wants to have both in a relationship and have that love and have that. That's what Willow said that she wanted. So I think Willow bringing up all the negative things that she found back in the day about marriage, and then the marriages that she has seen, basically she was almost using that as an excuse to have a throuple, or to be in a relationship with two other people. And not just saying that I feel like I want to love a man and a woman. She didn't say that until the end, but she brought the negativity of marriage and how bad marriage is and how marriage don't last and they're divorced and stuff like that, but only to lead to where she says that I like men and I like women. So basically, Willow basically said that, she's bisexual and she wants a relationship with a man and she wants a relationship with a woman and she wanted it to be loving. And basically, she thinks that having two other people in a relationship, you can be yourself. It's going to be happy. It's going to be wonderful. It's creative. You're living outside of the box. And yes, that is true. But you can't focus that the only reason why you want to have a throuple is because marriage is oppressive to women. Work is oppressive, you know what I mean? But your mom and your dad still work, and you're working out on Red Table Talk. You know what I'm saying? So it was interesting just to hear her thoughts on the situation. And it also seems like she hasn't seen a successful marriage. I don't know if she thinks her mother and her father has a successful marriage, a successful monogamous marriage too as well. So I was like, okay, Willow. So Willow, at the end of the day, she wants a man and she wants a woman. And she should just say that she wants a man and she wants a woman instead of bringing all the negativity when it comes to marriage. And also, if you don't work on yourself, you're still going to have the insecurity. You're still going to have the jealousy. You're still going to be in fear that this person's going to fall out of love with you, because that was her fears about being in a relationship with one person, that now she can have two people, but two people can break your heart. Two people can fall out of love with you too as well, Jada. Willow. It all depends on how you feel and your insecurity. You can love and love happily. And if that person leaves you or that person breaks your heart, you can still continue to love, because once you love yourself, you would know that you don't deserve that. And there's better for you out there too as well. And once you love yourself, you're not going to feel insecure about your partner. You're not going to feel in fear, because you're going to have that strength and that power of the love that you give to your partner, which you're expecting back in return. So you won't have that jealousy if you trust your partner and if you cherish your partner. And then if you take the negativity out and just hope for the best, but also be smart at the same time, you can have that love that you want between two people. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, you have to work on yourself, because if you have these issues, Willow, with jealousy and insecure and fear that someone's going to leave you and break your heart and fall out of love, it can happen in a throuple too as well. It can happen in a polyamorous relationship too as well. It all depends on you and where you stand and how much you love and how much love you're willing to give and how much you love yourself too as well, where you're secure. If that person cheats on me, it's their loss. If they mess up, it's their loss. I will find better, because it means that you're not my soulmate. There's somebody else out here for me, and I'm supposed to experience this to learn from it too as well, because life is living and learning. And I'm also proud of Willow, willing to open up and willing to learn and want to try new things and have an open mind about a relationship, and also being open about her desires. And she's 18 years old and she's able to open up and say, hey, listen, I like men, I like women. And she's able to say that in front of her grandmother. She's able to say that in front of her mother. There's so many people that wish they can actually have that courage and that power to do that too as well. And for her mom and her grandmother to set that environment for Willow to feel comfortable and sharing with her grandmother, sharing with her mother, and sharing with the world, that also speaks volume of she was raised accordingly. And you know what? Most of the time, your parents ain't going to steer you wrong. And they're going to listen to you. And you trust your parents because they brought you into this world. And they're supposed to protect you. And you believe that your parents will be the most honest people to you. And some people have that experience and some people don't. But Willow does have that experience. And she's able to talk to her mother, her grandmother, and actually get their idea, their train of thought on the situation. Then from there, she can move on and make her decision. But just having the open relationship is actually magnificent and wonderful. And I really do appreciate that. I was like, hey, like that is so wonderful when you can talk to your mother like that, when you can talk to your grandmother like that, when you have that relationship where you don't have to go and read for days, and basically you try to visualize and try to understand what you're reading too as well. But we can actually talk to people that has experience from different generations about how you're feeling. It's just wonderful too as well. So you get both spectrums, from the book knowledge, and then you get the experience knowledge from your elders. So I really think that that was cool. But so Jada is out here basically saying that, it is what it is. She loved men and women equally, and she's open about it, and that's cool, straight up and down. And then we get to Jada. OMG, Jada. Jada was like, listen, I tried a threesome when I was in my 20s and I don't like it. And she was like, I cannot be in a throuple. I cannot be in I cannot be in one of them type of relationships. No. She goes, I'm sexually monogamous with one person and that's it. And she was like, I can be romantic with a man, but I cannot be romantic with a woman. And basically she was just saying like, hey, listen, I'm physically attractive to a man and want to have sex with a man. With a woman, I'm not there. I don't feel that. I'm not attracted to a woman, but I can have a romantic relationship that's not physical. And, so I was like, cool. So Jada basically was like, nah, I ain't down with that. I need to have it one way or another. I just need to have it one way that I need. And basically she wants a monogamous relationship. And also Jada also spoke about the situation with her and Will Smith. Basically the relationship of, she feel like she's been in a polyamory relationship with Jada and his ex-wife. And I was like, oh. And I was like, and that's true. And Gam said that's true because, basically, Will Smith is very close to his ex-wife. He goes on vacation with his ex-wife. Jada is very cool with Will Smith's ex-wife. They basically co-parent together. They have a wonderful relationship. And so she said, but it's an emotional relationship. It's a friendship relationship. But I know Will Smith is still in love with her. But when she said that, she said in love with her. In love with her how? Like he loves her. Yes, that's the mother of his children. Yes, she was there with him from the beginning before he got famous. Yes. But is he in love with her, Jada? You said he loves her like you're in a polyamory relationship. Is he in love with her? Does he have physical contact with her in a way that it is sexual and it's romantic? Or does he just love her because she is the mother of his children and he once loved her, but he's not in love with her and he doesn't want to be with her? So I think she should have made that a little bit clear, but it was cool to get her understanding. And Grandma was like, no, can't do it. Don't want to hear it. This is not it. I have experienced so much in life. I have done so much in life that I know this is not for me. I know it's not going to work for me. And plus she's at an age where, you know what, sometimes you can't teach old dogs new tricks. That's the old saying. But this trick that they're trying to teach Gam, she's not going for it. Like she's not feeling it. She's not down with the situation. And basically she really doesn't want Willow to be in a throuple or to be in a polyamory relationship because she feels like she can find that love that she wants and that emotional connection without being with two people, and it gets more complicated. And she also feels like it's about sex too as well, having sex with multiple people, with two other people at the same time, so you're always fulfilled when it comes to sexual pleasures. And Gam was like, nah, it's too hard. I wouldn't do it. And she was like, it ain't going down this way. I was like, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, Gam. And so Gam is not feeling that, but she understands and she's listening to Willow and she's getting the idea. And then we had the couple that came on that's involved in a polyamory relationship or a throuple. The lady in the black, her name is Kathy. She is married to the guy with the white t-shirt on. His name is Josh. And the lady with the flower colors on, I think her name is Kathy, and the lady in the black, her name is Cameron or something like that. So anyways, the lady in the black and the guy with the white t-shirt on, they've been married for about 4 years, something like that. They started off in an open relationship. They have tried different people in their relationship, but they actually met Kathy, which is in the colorful yellow, greenish flowery, red hair type of situation. She met, the lady in the black, which is Cameron, at work, and they end up meeting and going out, and then one thing led to another. They're in a polyamorous relationship. They're in a throuple. They live together. They love each other, and they're having a great time, and it's wonderful. And also the married couple, which is Cameron and Josh, they also have a son, and the son understands too as well what's going on. People find ways to love. People find ways to be happy. People find ways to fulfill themselves some of us might not agree with it just because of the way that we was raised and the way that we were brought up. And also, if you have different religion values too as well, you can be Catholic, you can be Baptist, you can be Christian, you can be Jehovah, you can be monk, you can be Muslim, you can be, it all depends on what you believe in and what you are open to. And sometimes, you just be like, wow. But sometimes people got to find happiness. You only live once, so try to find your happiness. And if you're happy and you're secure in your relationship, like in this marriage, you have the lady in the black, which is Cameron, and the guy in the white t-shirt is Josh, and the lady with the red hair, they have found some way to make it work, and they live together and they're happy. But is it enough? And for especially the lady in the red, does she want to actually have a physical paper? Because it meant something to Josh and Cameron to have a physical paper saying that they were married. And actually, if Social Security, if someone dies and passes away, who's going to be in charge of their 7-year-old son? So sometimes there is some benefits to the paper because that's why they got married. And so it's the lady in the red, does she want to have a kid by Josh? And is she ready to have a kid by Josh? And how is, Cameron gonna feel? Because right now everything is all set in roses, but right now they're happy and they understand it. And also Kathy has been in multiple polyamory relationships and throuples too as well, where she understands what's going on. But what if one of the married couple pass, and then you have the lady with the red hair and Josh together, and what if they disagree on what if the lady with the red hair want funeral service, or she wants, things that her possessions to go somewhere else, and Josh, he has the rights of what to say about any funeral arrangement and who gets what, or how their child is going to be taken care of. And the lady in the red, she has really nothing to say because it's not something that is bound by court, but to them is bound by law and their spiritual connection in their relationship. So there are some great things that if you're comfortable and you're happy with it, and you can share your intimate life with 2 other people, and there's enough attention going around, there's enough love going around, and you feel like this is what you want to do, and you feel like you met the right people, because sometimes you can be in love with more than one person. And we all heard the stories and the saying is like, oh my goodness, I'm in love with this guy Chris, he's just wonderful, he's nice, he's sweet, he's romantic, he's down to earth, but I also really like this guy named Kevin, because Kevin, he likes to dance, he likes to talk, he's very charismatic, and he has, he's kind of like rough around the edges. Now, if I could put both of them into one person, OMG, I would have the perfect mate. But sometimes you can find the perfect mate in 2 people. You can be in love with 2 people at the same time. It's very possible. And but can you actually give 2 people equal love, attention, and respect, and care, and nurture their feelings and their emotional state? And if you can do that and you guys work together, then okay, it's cool. Do what you gotta do, baby. But this was a good topic because a lot of people don't know about, throuples and, things like that. Throuples, 3 couples together making it work. Well, you got 3 incomes, so you're able to survive, and then somebody can stay home and babysit, you know what I'm saying? But also, they feel like they have this emotional connection, and sometimes it could be real, and it's not all about sex. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, Willow's in the building, baby. Willow was just telling her how it is, and she also gave up her insecurities. And then Graham was like, please, Willow, don't do it, baby. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples.